Mr. President, former President Trump reminded us just a few days ago that he is to blame for the grotesque reversal of women's personal freedom. He said it himself. He said he is, quote, proudly the person responsible for the annihilation of Roe v. Wade. Let me repeat those words because the American people need to hear it over and over again. Donald Trump said, quote, he's proudly the person responsible, unquote, for ending Roe. And yesterday, we saw just another consequence of a post-Roe America. The Arizona Supreme Court upheld a Civil War-era law banning abortion almost entirely, without exception for rape or for incest. The Arizona Supreme Court decision goes as far to suggest that doctors can be prosecuted for assisting in an abortion. All these regressive MAGA judges on the Supreme Court, in some of the other federal courts, and in the state courts, all come from Donald Trump and he appointing MAGA judges and his goal to restrict women's freedoms and to have Roe v. Wade be annihilated. Make no mistake about it, Donald Trump and MAGA Republicans own the consequences of the Arizona Supreme Court decision. And does anyone seriously doubt that should Trump become president again, he won't try to add even more extreme jurists to the bench so he can continue his assault on women's reproductive freedoms? Of course they will. If Trump and MAGA Republicans get into power, they would see to it that reproductive freedoms are curtailed even more from the local level to the national level. Even in his remarks the other day, where he's trying to cover up what he did, he couldn't resist saying he's proudly the person responsible for annihilation of Roe v. Wade. Couldn't resist, because that's where he's at. We know that. And don't take it from me. House Republicans included a national abortion ban in the Republican Study Committee budget. And remember, the Republican Study Committee includes a majority of House Republicans and their leadership. And they came out for a national abortion ban. On IVF, Republicans try to talk a good game about supporting access to reproductive services. But not 1 month ago, Republicans blocked legislation in this chamber that would have preserved IVF protections under federal law. And while Donald Trump hopes people forget it, he himself was on record supporting a national abortion ban when he was president. So, unsurprisingly, Donald Trump and MAGA Republicans are now trying to hide their anti-abortion records because they know how dangerously out of step their views are with the public. But they can't help themselves, as the president's speech showed 4 days ago. Again, he had to repeat that he was responsible, the one responsible for the abolition of Roe. Make no mistake, that's what they'll do. And make no mistake, Donald Trump and MAGA Republicans will have to answer to the American people for what they have done to fundamental liberties in this country today, tomorrow, and in November.